Right. Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic Lesson Non-Classic. This is episode number 2957, Doubleshot number 2851. I know it's kind of late, I'm trying to get through this one quickly. Basically, both these books feature two pretty popular superheroes. One still has comic published this very day, the other one has comic published in several years. First up we have is The Flash, Silver Age, Volume 2. What contains The Flash, 117-132. There is some historical issues in this one. Like, several of them. And now we have John Broome on the writing here, mostly Carmen Fantino, and, well, maybe Ryan Peterson. So, 117 is noteworthy for the debut of Digger Harkness, aka Captain Boomerang. Yeah, and apparently he was hired to take out the Flash. He still has his silly giant boomerang gimmick. In case you're curious though, that's what it looks like with his hat on. Yep, that's mostly exactly what it is, and it just basically is first battle with him, and it's pretty good. Then we have a backup story introducing Winky, Blinky, and Noddy. Yes, I did hear something about these three guys, where essentially put they are the Flash's version of Three Stooges, and these guys made a debut in Jay Garrick stuff. Most likely, these are just reintroductions of the characters to modern age. It's a comedy book, which moving on from that. Now, in 118, is there anything historical with this issue? Not really. It's just Flash in a movie studio. It's kind of interesting what it is. And then the backup story just features it's a Kid Flash story with like high school stuff, musicals, and stuff like that. 119 is the return of the Mirror Master. I believe this was his second appearance at the time. Yes. Yeah, basically this book also had occasional long animated story. Mostly put there were like the third feature in these books. And by the way, I've covered those issues already. Thanks to Showcase Presents in Long Animated Volume 1. Yep. Mirror Master does his number one tricks. Oh yeah, okay, so it does include the long book. Interesting. So, already moving on. Now you probably think, aside from the debut Captain Harkness, is there any more historical for this book? Well, we have a team story where we have Kid Flash taking on a giant in the opening story. Which takes up pretty much the whole book, which is kind of nice. .121, I believe this is the second appearance of the Trickster. Yep. Yeah, Flash has another fight with the Trickster. Like, okay, interesting. The backup story is, well, we're covering a sort of blueprint like a spy story. Interesting. I do enjoy it. Now, ouch. In case you wonder what I'm doing, I'm basically picking up my phone, which had dropped to the floor. Yes, it did. I don't know why, but it did this. There we go. So, what about 122? Well, what's special for this story? Well, it's the debut of Flash Villain the Top. The thing with this guy is, if you name any Flash villains, he's probably not one people think of. The Top, especially since he did appear in the Flash, except for some reason they made the Top a girl, and he dated one of the Mirror Masters. I believe it was the second one. So yeah, that's the big thing with the opening story of this book. Second story just involves Kid Flash taking on a thief known as Silver Mask, which is a very interesting story. Now, here's another historical issue. We have The Flash, 123. A cover has been spoofed a few times over the years. We have Barry Allen meeting the original Flash, Jay Garrick. This is a historical issue, and this kickstarts off the multiverse team-ups that happened from the 60s up until about the 1980s. this book started, and this cover here was also homage in an episode of Flash, which also featured Barry team with Jay Garrick, and had this very image, except the person was like a young boy. It was more like Patty Spivot, where they even repeated the lines, "Flash, help me," and they're like, "I'm coming." Yep, and this is an absolute fun story. Yeah, basically him meeting Jay Garrick, apparently his adventures. We do recap basically how Jay got his powers thanks to hard water and him smoking. And we recap Barry's story, which is very similar to Jay's. And of course, take on three old school villains. Now, one of whom people might be familiar with thanks to James Robinson James Robinson Starman, that being the Shade. The other two are the Fiddler and the Fiddler. Fiddler is an old school Jay Garrick villain who did in the Flash, and once again they made the Fiddler a woman. Shade never appeared in the show, don't know why, but Shade's a cool character, and I like the character very much. And then at 124 we have Captain Boomerang fighting not only the Flash, but an elongated man. Which also my thing with aliens. And then we have a Adventure story, the story with the Flash, which is interesting. And then we have 125 is basically I think this was the first time travel story. Yes, I believe it was. Because that's what nobody but this issue. First time Flash ever time traveled. But there's an alien thing. Then we have 126, the third appearance of the Mirror Master. And his one is basically turning Flash to Mirror. The backup story is on their Flash story involves this bloke that looks like Vincent Price. 127 is Nerf fight with Gorilla Grodd. In his second appearance, I believe this issue here was also the debut of Savitar. Or at least maybe the appearance of him. Yeah, I always love it when a Gorilla Grodd shows up. He always has really cool stories. He's never had a bad story he shows up. There is some bit of racism here. People might think a bit racist. But yeah, we have the American character here dressed in warrior garb. Yes. Now 124, on 128, another historical issue. What's famous about this issue? The debut of Abracadabra, the magician of the future, and you might be asking, did this guy play the Flash? He did. For one episode. And he knew Barry was the Flash. Despite that, he did not spoil his identity, which is kind of smart of him to do. I think he was the third villain in the series. New Flash was Barry Allen. But I do like the whole thing. Abracadabra is a really cool character. It's a shame this guy is not used very much at all. The backstory is all about basically how Barry got his identity. And then we have, well, the Turks team up with Captain Cold, and sort of a prelude into the formation of the Rogues. And of course, working alongside Jay Garrick. This up the JSA McKean here, which is still really cool. And this really action-packed adventure. Then we have Kid Flash meeting Elongated Man, and also the Weather Wizard, who debuted in the very same issue as Wally West. But in separate stories, of course. And then we have a sort of a crossover here. We have Flash 131. This is the first of many, many times that this would happen. That being, Hal Jordan does team up with Barry Allen. He did the same thing also with Wally West 2 when he came Flash. And this is another really good issue. I think this is the... Yeah, this is the last issue of the book. But yeah, really fun. Actually, it's a fun issue. The more alien stuff in here with 133. And this leads us up with a Valentine's Day thing. Yeah, that's mostly what it is, but it's really good stuff here. Love it. Give this book a 10 out of 10. Next up we have is another popular character, this being the Green Hornet, City Lights. Yeah, not as popular as the Flash, but this mostly collects the third volume for Green Hornet, published by Dynamite Entertainment, known as the Green Hornet. Yeah. Well, this is Return of the Character. This is written by Scott Lobdell, artwork by mostly Andy Marcus, who does all 5 issues of this book. There's a 40 years later, I think issue 3, where it's done by Travis Mercer. Yep. Mostly put, this book involves just more stuff with him to do with war. Most put it's the Green Hornet kind of loose skin involved with World War II. Kind of in this book. That's kind of what this book is. Yeah. And also, for some reason, this book also involves aliens. Unlike a TV show which featured people dressed up as aliens, this book featured actual aliens. And that's why this book's so good. It's a lot of fun. And I do recommend it. I give this book a 10 out of 10. Yeah, that's pretty much a particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do the dislike button. Well, tomorrow I expect reviews for Israel Heroes Dungeon and the strongest mage in the army was a human. Okay, thanks, bye.